Welcome to Exponential News, your daily dose of what's happening at the edge of the exponential age. We break down the latest in AI, crypto, space, and frontier tech so you don't miss the signal in the noise.
Let's dive right in with our first major theme, the AI platform wars. First up, Google is going all in. They are unleashing a massive expansion for their Gemini AI. Okay, so Google is literally putting Gemini everywhere. We're seeing new features pop up like agent mode for autonomous tasks and Gemini Go for brainstorming. And this isn't just a local thing. Their AI search is now live in over 180 countries. But the real power move, they just locked in a federal contract plugging Gemini right into government systems. This is a huge strategic push to make Gemini the AI you use by default.
Google is also playing to its strengths in a really smart way. Think about it. They already translate 1 trillion words every single month. So what do? They add a practice mode right into their Translate app. All of a sudden, they're not just a translation tool. They're coming directly for apps like Duolingo. It's a classic platform play, right? Use your massive existing user base to move into a whole new market.
Now in the creative AI space, Google is definitely firing back at OpenAI. But here's the thing. When it comes to who's actually using this stuff, the race is still very much on. ChatGPT is holding a commanding lead with 600 million users. Gemini is at 350 million. So the takeaway is pretty clear. Google's tech is getting better and better, but they still have a lot of ground to make up to catch up to OpenAI's user base.
So, what's Microsoft's answer to all this? Well, say hello to VibeVoice. This thing can generate up to 90 minutes of conversation with 4 totally distinct speakers. But what makes it a potential game changer is that it's open source and super lightweight. It only needs about 7 gigs of GPU memory. That means it can run on a regular consumer computer, which could completely change the game for podcasters, audiobook creators, you name it. And Google's last punch in this round is a big global expansion for its AI research assistant, NotebookLM. You can now take your notes, your PDFs, your images, and it'll turn them into narrated video and audio presentations in over 80 languages. This is all about making this tech accessible to everyone, everywhere, and just tearing down language barriers for millions of people.
All right, let's switch gears from code to capital. We're seeing AI and blockchain start to merge, and believe me, serious institutional money is starting to flow in.
Okay, so a key idea you need to know about is the agentic economy. What does that even mean? Well, just picture a future where AI programs, or agents, are handling financial transactions for us automatically. And the very first stablecoin built for that future, DOLAI, just went live on Solana. It's designed for machine-to-machine payments, basically laying down the financial tracks for this whole new economy.
And if you need any proof that Wall Street is taking this seriously, just look at Numerai. It's an AI-powered hedge fund that crowdsources its trading ideas. Now, after a really rough 2023, they came back with a stunning 25% net return this year, which caught the eye of JPMorgan. They just landed a $500 million investment. An investment of that size is a massive vote of confidence in this new way of AI-driven trading. And the scale of these institutional bets is just staggering. Take SharpLink. They now hold a corporate treasury worth $3.7 billion, almost all of it in Ethereum. Let that sink in. This isn't just a company dabbling in crypto. This is a fundamental shift in how corporations are thinking about their assets.
And it's not just an Ethereum story. The race is officially on for Solana. We're seeing huge players like Pantera Capital raising over $1 billion to buy up public companies and then convert their treasuries into Solana. What they're doing is creating a way for traditional investors to get exposure to crypto through the good old-fashioned stock market.
Okay, for our last section, let's bring all this high-tech stuff back down to earth and see how it's solving real, human-scale problems in the physical world.
This right here is a massive breakthrough in medicine. Researchers in China have successfully treated a sickle cell patient using a new technique called base editing. Now, the crucial difference from CRISPR, and this is really important, is that this method modifies the genes without actually cutting the DNA, which makes it a whole lot safer. The first patient is now symptom-free. This could be a complete paradigm shift for treating genetic blood disorders. Over in energy, China is getting ready to launch the world's first megawatt-scale airborne wind turbine. The idea is simple, but it's incredibly powerful. By lifting these turbines up to 1,500 meters, they can tap into winds that are up to, get this, 27 times more powerful than what you find at ground level. A move like this could completely change the game for wind energy. And just look at how fast they're moving on this. Last October, their prototype hit 500 meters. By January, it was 1,000. And now, they're getting a system ready that can generate a full megawatt of power. This isn't some far-off sci-fi concept. It's happening right now, and it could bring cheap electricity to all sorts of remote places.
So, here's the question we've all been wondering about, right? And it feels like we're getting closer and closer to an answer as Tesla makes a huge global move with its autonomous driving tech. Tesla's full self-driving is now launching in Australia and New Zealand. So why does this matter so much? Well, it's the first time FSD has ever been rolled out in right-hand drive markets. That's a massive technical challenge to overcome. And with journalists already saying the driving feels human-like, it really marks a major step forward in the global race for full autonomy. That's it for today's Exponential News. To dive deeper and see how we're building in public, visit exponentialtom.com and join our community.